Welcome to the brand new Draymond Green Show YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our content. Growing up in LA, you obviously grew up in South Central, and obviously Crips and Bloods is originated here. You know, this is the heart of it.
Yeah.
Growing up in LA, growing up in that, how was it to navigate the Crips and the Bloods and trying to play basketball and trying to go to school? How was it growing up in that?
I think, well, one, you got Crips in your family and you got Bloods in your family. And so they are your cousins, you know what I mean? And at family reunions, it's kind of awkward, you know, because they miss each other, but they can't, you know, fuck with each other or hang with each other. But they grew up together. So, like, dealing with that, just in your family alone, you automatically, like, forced to like who you know, you got to pick a side in your family. All right, I'm going to fuck with my blood cousins because they cooler. You know what I mean? My Crip cousins, they wild. I don't want to, you know, you don't go that way. But just in LA, I think basketball, if you stick to the game, you feel what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, like it's around you because, you know, Hoopers come from more inner city shit just as much as rappers. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we're more visible. But like, you can navigate your way through it, you know? And I think for me, basketball was like almost like an instrument, bro, that I remember playing. You know, we play every day outside the courts at the elementary school. Sometimes it's shootouts, sometimes it's fights. We see it all, but like we were still hooping, you know what I mean? And then you start playing in different parks. I was just telling a story. My first time really playing on an AAU team, we had K-Swiss, red K-Swiss, Hawthorne high school jersey, so it's red and gold. We had a red K-Swiss bag. We pull up, and at the time, I don't know the jungles, you know what I mean? I'm from South Central. I don't know nothing but maybe 5 or 10 blocks. So we pulling up to the jungles, and I'm like, damn, dude, it's a gang of dudes outside. You know, and I'm telling my AAU coach, like, hey, bro, you sure we about to get out like this? You feel what I'm saying? And I'm in there nervous as hell. I ain't even really, because I'm like, you know, as a kid, you thinking like, oh, I'm from this too.
Absolutely.
Man, we get out the car, we're in the jungles. You know what I mean? So it's nothing but Bloods. And bro, they lined up and they were slapping our hand going through the like, these little fools hard. You know what I mean? We went and balled out. But it was just like, you start to learn through your teammates because AAU, everybody come from different places. And then you start to see like dudes who are good enough to make it, who ain't gonna make it. Like, you know who the kids who gonna fall in the gangbang. You know what I mean? And so for me, I was just like, it was so much bad shit happening in my family. You know what I mean? It was like so much negativity in where I lived. It was so much like trauma and traumatic shit. That was like, I just didn't want to like get in trouble.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never been arrested, bro. I ain't never been caught doing no goofy shit. You know what I mean? And it was all because my grandmother, like, it was like, I'm seeing it all come through the house. You know what I mean? Or outside the house. And so I was just like, I just was like, fuck it, basketball is my thing. And when I get here, I'm never gonna tell people where I come from or my story or none of that. I just be a funny dude and a silly dude and, you know, trick them so I can stay. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was like survival, you know? It's like, how do you stay somewhere where like it's just you? You ain't got nowhere else to go. You know what I mean? You ain't got nowhere to fall back.
So being an LA guy, and I think we're living in just the last few months with the rap beef, Drake and Kendrick. I wasn't there in person, but I saw online the concert.
It was cracking.
But being an LA guy and to see all those guys up there, Crips, Bloods, united like that. And then I was talking to DeMar a couple days later. He like, yo, it's been 2.5 days. There's been no shootings, no fighting in Compton.
Yeah.
He's like, see, that's the piece people ain't talking about.
Right.
He said, so it's been, number one, 2.5 days is crazy.
Yeah.
He's like,
right, just say 2.5 days.
He's like, it's been 2.5 days.
Yeah. And ain't nobody
since that
tripping.
thing, and ain't nobody fought.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody shot at nobody. Ain't nobody been killed. It's been 2.5 days. He was like, what that meant for the city. Like,
It's
huge. For you as an LA guy, what was it to see that and what did it mean, from your perspective for the city?
I say maturity, right? Because like the basketball dudes, we do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then I think you starting to see like the rap community, all these dudes is just maturity. You know what I mean? When you see the G Perico, Jay Worthy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The whole Meet the Whoops coming out. Like you got Bloods, you got Crips, and for that to be at the Forum in LA like how it was, it just show a level of maturity in LA. It show a level of appreciation for and separation for music, you know what I mean? Because we all artists and we should all be kind of like pushing this movement and our sound and our music because it is a character of LA. And we all characters and play a part of the storytelling. And in the streets to be like, this is what's needed. You feel what I'm saying? So I just give a shout out to all the OGs. I give a shout out to K-Dot Top. People like Jay Worthy, G Perico for sure. People like these dudes, they always fuck with each other. There's some knickknacks and shit like that, but a lot of these dudes really fuck with each other. Rest in peace to Nip, because I always felt like Nip was gonna be the person to bring everybody together. You know what I mean? And it take that level of self-respect. You know what I mean? Yeah. And respect for your city. And I think seeing all them dudes on the stage was crazy because I wish I was there. I threw my back out, bro. Top Dog was like, meet me at 4:30, and my back went out. So I was watching it on the floor. I would have been on stage too, bro. Can you imagine my shit would have went out on stage? I had already got hurt in the game. You know what I mean? Carted off on a fucking, nah, I'm cool, my nigga. I'm gonna stay here and watch this shit.
So it was really perfect timing for you.
It was perfect. Hey, bro, if I'd have slipped, if I'd have tried to bust one of them moves and would have slipped, it would have been over.
That would have been bad.
That would have been two. That would have been one in the league, now one in rap. 2 career-ending injuries.
You know the beautiful thing about being a sports fan? There's only like 2 days the whole year without a game. 2. With so much happening and so much action, that makes just about every day game day at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. It really couldn't be any easier or any simpler. Baseball, golf, UFC, there's something for every fan of every sport to bet on DraftKings. And I know it's early, but football season will be here before you know it. And the Kansas City Chiefs are currently the favorite to win the Super Bowl on DraftKings at plus 550. And if you're new to DraftKings, you got to check this out. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HOOPS. That's HOOPS. That's code HOOPS for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.